So I have this pile of junk behind my shed and it's too small. I need a bigger pile of junk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it taller and longer so that I can store more junk and materials and stuff. So I'm gonna put one post on this side of the shed, or and next to the shed, and then on the other side is like here, it's like concrete column that holds up the fences. So I'm gonna put cross beam and attach it to the column. That column is not very tall, so I'm gonna have to dig down to gain a bit of height so that I don't smack my head against the top of the structure. So I have to remove all these wood chips and then dig down about 5 to 10 centimeters. I've removed the wood chips and started digging in the opposite corner. You can see here I have a bunch of dirt that I've removed. Now just more digging. Okay, I've dug down about 5 to maybe 7 centimeters. That should be enough. Now I'm just gonna put the wood chips back. There they are. Put them back. Now I'm gonna make the post, and what I wanna do is put in the ground about 35-ish centimeters. That should be enough to hold it down. So I'm just gonna measure. It's not important to be precise, but I'll measure it anyway. It's about 45 centimeters. I'm gonna use this lighter fluid to set it on fire, because why not? Well, no, actually it's because in theory the fire, when you char the wood, is gonna preserve better in the ground. But honestly, I just want to set it on fire because any excuse really to set things on fire, I'll take it. I have a bucket of water just in case fire gets out of hand. Seriously doubt it, but I'll set it on fire now. Here, 2, 3 places. Look at that fire. Burn. Burn. Not as charred as I would like though, so I think I'm gonna use more lighter fluid. But this time I'm gonna put it on with a brush. Hopefully it penetrates more into the wood and it's gonna burn deeper and char the wood a bit more. Now that's the hole for the post. I've dug it out. I didn't record the digging, but get the idea. Just dig a hole, stick it in. I used this bit thing on my drill to make it a bit easier. Now I need to put it in. Fucking seagulls. Straight enough. Gonna mark the height of the column on the other side, just so the cross beam is gonna be more or less level. Cut off the extra bit that I wouldn't need because of the height using my saw. I'm gonna use these angle brackets to hold the cross beam, so I'm gonna put them right here onto the. I'm gonna put it on the cross beam. Yeah, the holes are not very centered or aligned at all, but shouldn't matter. I put the post on the one side, and here's the cross beam going more or less the top of the column, and then yeah, just need to drill the two holes on the sides of the column. Pretty straight, flush against the shed, close enough anyway. It's a little wobbly now, but once I fix it to the column and I fill back the hole, it should be. Drill the holes. It was quite painful to drill in that concrete with my crappy drill, but got it done. I've screwed it in. You can see it's a lot more solid. It doesn't wobble as much. Still have to fill the hole. I'm gonna put some gravel at the bottom for drainage, I guess, and I don't know, sounds like something I should do. And I'm gonna press it down so that it's nice and compacted around the post. Press with this. I filled it back in with the dirt that I took out earlier. You can see it's solid, still slight amount of wobble, but once the stuff is on top, it will be fine. I definitely did not get my hammering wood stuck. That was definitely planned to stay there, and so I screwed it in. Might as well give it some extra support at the base. Now I forgot to record the second post, but it's the same concept. I just put a wooden post in the shed, and then on the other side there's the column. On this side, this thing is a bit wobbly, so, well, more like completely detached more than wobbly. But I'm gonna put support, basically screw it in into this side so that it stays still and it's not detached. Just gonna put a screw here that keeps the two pieces together. Yeah, so that's the tarp. It's washed, and I folded it so that I'm gonna cut it and then connect the two pieces. Yeah, connected the two pieces, put it over the structure, I guess, and now I'm gonna find a way to basically fix it to the shed this side so that there's a bit of extra height. I cut some bits from the ends of those random pieces of scrap wood, and I'm gonna push them in the kind of the hole between the edge of the shed and the, I'll show you on the outside, but this thing that goes along the top of the shed, and there's a hole at the bottom, so I'm just gonna stick them in there to hold the tarp still. And then in the center around here I'm gonna put a piece of scrap wood that holds the tarp fixed to the shed. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this old piece of scrap wood, I think comes from a pallet. I just put it in, screw it in with the tarp on the other side so that it holds it still and fixed in place. Do a water test. The water goes to the side, doesn't seem to be coming through the tarp at all. For fixing the tarp on the other side, I'm going to use this, which are just grommets, electrical boxes. I'm going to put one grommet, then I'm going to place one of these O-rings and then just screw it in the middle. That's kind of the little gadget thing to hold the tarp together so that the tarp won't tear around the screw and the grommet will keep it down. Yeah, I put this grommets system all over the tarp. So that's more or less fixed. Now I'm gonna stack all my lumber on top of these two new brackets, and I'll show you the finished result. I sorted through my existing piles. You can see already gain a lot of height, so there's a lot of free space now. This is my top shelf now with the new lumber that I got, and there's full 4.8 meters, which is the bit longer than the shed itself, but structure is holding up well, doesn't wobble. That's it.